Have you ever wondered how the course of human evolution might have taken a different turn if we hadn't learned to cooperate? Imagine a time when our ancestors roamed the earth, living as hunter-gatherers. Their lives were simple, yet challenging. Every day was a quest for survival, hunting for food and searching for safe shelter. Now picture a contrasting scenario. A small tribe of villagers who've discovered the benefits of settling down. They've begun to cultivate crops, build durable homes, and create a sense of community. Their lives, though different, are no less challenging. In this vast landscape of early human evolution, two worlds are about to collide. On one side, we have our family of hunter-gatherers, living by the rhythms of nature. On the other, a tribe of villagers, harnessing the power of community and cooperation. And so the stage was set for an encounter that would change the course of their lives and perhaps the course of human evolution. Imagine the surprise and curiosity when these two different worlds collided for the first time. Picture this: a family of hunter-gatherers, hardened by nature, meeting a small tribe of villagers, softened by the comfort of community, for the very first time. The hunter-gatherers, lean and sun-kissed, were a picture of rugged resilience. They were a close-knit unit, relying on each other for survival in the harsh wilderness. Their eyes, sharp and alert, held a glimmer of apprehension as they cautiously approached the villagers. On the other hand, the villagers, plump from the abundance of their crop, were a portrait of communal harmony. Their lives were intertwined in the rhythm of sowing and reaping, their bonds strengthened by shared labor and common goals. They too felt a flicker of fear, their eyes wide with the unfamiliarity of their visitors. There was a palpable tension in the air, a sense of fear and curiosity that was almost tangible. Both groups, though human, seemed alien to one another. Their worlds had been so different, so separate, that this encounter felt like a journey into the unknown. Yet, amidst this uncertainty, there was an underlying current of curiosity, a curiosity to learn, to understand, and to know more about the other. The hunter-gatherers, with their raw survival skills, looked at the villagers' cultivated lands with intrigue. The villagers, in turn, admired the hunter-gatherers' strength and agility, their ability to survive and thrive in the wilderness. This was not a meeting of mere individuals, but a convergence of two distinct ways of life. It was a moment charged with the potential for change, for growth. It was an opportunity for both sides to learn from each other, to share their knowledge, their skills, and their stories. Despite the fear and apprehension, the seeds of cooperation had been sown. This first encounter, charged with tension and curiosity, was the dawn of a new understanding. It was the beginning of a relationship that would shape the course of their lives, and the lives of generations to come. But as with any new relationship, there were bound to be conflicts. Imagine the confluence of two very different worlds, the nomadic hunter-gatherers and the settled villagers. Each group held a different worldview and lifestyle that often clashed with the other. The hunter-gatherers were used to a life of constant movement, where each day was a new adventure. Their lives were dictated by the rhythm of nature, the migration of animals, and the bounty of different seasons. They valued freedom, adaptability, and the primal thrill of the hunt. Yet in the village they found themselves encased in a world of permanency and routine that they found stifling and hard to comprehend. On the other hand, the villagers had created a world of stability and predictability. They had tamed the wild, built homes and sowed seeds, waiting patiently for the harvest. They valued community, cooperation, and the security of knowing where their next meal would come from. The arrival of the hunter-gatherers, with their unpredictable ways and unfamiliar traditions, seemed to threaten the order they had so painstakingly established. The hunter-gatherers struggled to adapt to the villagers' world. The concept of owning land was alien to them. Why claim ownership of something as vast and free as the earth? The villagers, meanwhile, found it hard to accept the hunter-gatherers' ways. The idea of leaving one's home at the mercy of nature and moving with the seasons seemed impractical and irrational. These differences led to misunderstandings and tensions between the two groups. Conflicts arose over resources, customs, and ways of life. The villagers saw the hunter-gatherers as wild and unruly, while the hunter-gatherers viewed the villagers as rigid and confined. Yet, beneath these conflicts, there lay a common thread, the shared human instinct to survive and thrive. Both groups had developed their unique ways of life in response to their environments and the challenges they faced. They were different, yes, but they were also the same in their resilience and ingenuity. The question was, could they overcome these differences and learn to work together? In the face of adversity, humans have always found ways to adapt and survive. It's in our nature, our DNA, you could say. This tale of the hunter-gatherer family and the villagers mirrors this very propensity. But how exactly did they manage to resolve their conflicts? In the beginning, differences in lifestyle and outlook caused friction. The villagers, who had learned to cultivate the land, saw the hunter-gatherer family as a threat, as intruders. On the other hand, the family saw the villagers as potential rivals for resources. However, as time went on, the two groups began to see the value in each other's ways of life. The villagers recognized the skills and knowledge the hunter-gatherers had about the land and its creatures. They saw how these skills could help improve their own survival rates. The hunter-gatherers, in turn, saw the benefits of a settled life, of not having to constantly be on the move in search of food. Instead of fighting, they started learning from each other. The villagers taught the family their farming techniques, how to cultivate crops, and rear animals. The hunter-gatherers shared their knowledge of tracking and hunting, of understanding the behavior of wild animals. This exchange of knowledge led to improved survival rates for both groups. They were no longer merely surviving, but thriving. The villagers' diet diversified with the addition of game, while the hunter-gatherers now had a constant supply of food from the farm. But it wasn't just about survival. The interaction between the two groups led to the birth of new ideas, of innovation. As they learned from each other, they came up with better ways of doing things, of living. They understood that together they were stronger, that cooperation was the key to not just survival, but prosperity. And so the first steps towards a cooperative society were taken. This was the dawn of a new era, an era where we realized that we become better not by fighting each other, but by helping each other, by learning from each other. This tale of early human cooperation has far-reaching implications. Think about it. In the grand tapestry of human evolution, there's this vibrant thread of cooperation that has been woven in, shaping the contours of our existence. It's a thread that's as old as the hunter-gatherers and villagers we've just been talking about. You see, those first acts of cooperation didn't simply mean survival for our ancestors. They laid the very groundwork of our society. They were the first steps towards the formation of complex social structures, towards a shared sense of community and identity. The very notion of us, as opposed to I, was born from such acts of cooperation. But the magic of cooperation didn't stop there. It fueled the engine of human progress, driving us towards incredible technological advancements. It was cooperation that allowed us to pool our collective knowledge, to build upon the discoveries of those who came before us. From the first wheel to the latest rocket ship, none of it would have been possible without a cooperative spirit. And let's not forget the cultural richness that cooperation has brought us. It's through cooperation that we've been able to share and blend our unique traditions, our stories, our music. It's through cooperation that we've been able to understand and appreciate the diversity of human experiences. So yes, cooperation has been instrumental in our survival. But more than that, it's been vital in shaping us as a species. It's been instrumental in shaping our society, our technology, our culture. And as we've seen with our hunter-gatherers and villagers, it wasn't always easy. Cooperation required sacrifices, compromises, a willingness to put the collective good above personal needs. But those challenges were worth it. They were necessary. As we look back at this critical juncture in our evolution, we realize that cooperation wasn't just a choice, it was a necessity. So, what does this tale of early human cooperation tell us? It paints a vivid picture of our ancestral past, reminding us of a time when survival hinged on collaboration, on the bridging of cultures and the sharing of knowledge. The first meeting between the hunter-gatherer family and the villagers was not without its challenges. There were conflicts, misunderstandings, a clashing of lifestyles. Yet they found common ground, a resolution that allowed them to coexist and prosper. This historical narrative underscores one fundamental truth. Cooperation has been integral to human evolution. It's in our DNA to connect, to learn from each other, to build stronger communities. Even as we navigate the complexities of today's world, this core principle remains relevant. We're not islands, but interconnected beings in a shared journey of growth and discovery. In the grand scheme of human evolution, we truly become better together.